you, how does Dale Earnhardt prevent these guys from passing him?
That's going to be tough. You know, two cars can just go. You know, Mike got shuffled out. I was hoping Mike could sit there with him, but those two cars got to run on Mike and just hung him out. And his car's a little loose, too, so he's doing a good job. And, you know, Dale Earnhardt, he's been here many times. He knows what he's got to do.
He does indeed, Mike Joy.
And those 6 cars in the lead pack may be about to become 12.
Just watching Jeff Gordon. He had dropped back and gotten himself back in that group back there. Now he's running the front group back down there. Has some good drafting partners with him.
10 laps to go. The driver leading with 10 laps to go has won 22 times in the 39 runnings of the 500. But 4 times, one of the drivers of the 17 that have not have been Dale Earnhardt. 1989, 1990, 1991, and 93. Earnhardt has been right here with 10 laps to go. Bill?
I'm with Paul Andrews, crew chief for Jeremy Mayfield. Kid's doing a great job, but what happens next?
I don't know. We've got about 8 more times to go around here. We'll find out. You know, the Mobile 1 car is real good the whole week down here. We feel like we're in pretty good shape. We feel like we've got a real good car. You know, there's a whole line of cars right behind us. The one wrong move, we could right in the back. But, you know, we're real excited to be here in the position we're in, and we're going to go for the win here in a little bit.
If Jeremy goes, will Rusty go with him?
Well, of course, that's what teammates are for.
Indeed.
Paul Andrews knows about winning. He won the Winston Cup championship with the late Alan Kulwicki behind the wheel.
They're still running average laps of almost 188 miles an hour, and they're getting close to that 500-mile mark.
8 laps to go. 20 miles, buddy.
Guys, it hadn't been long. We had 4 cars in the breakaway draft. You have many cars now in contention. You see Rusty pushing up a little bit. Bobby Labonte looking on the inside as they head down the back straightaway.
Labonte has Jeff Gordon with him. Mike Skinner to the inside. Rusty Wallace goes down like Cale Yarborough and Donnie Allison did on the last lap in 79. And here is Bobby Labonte on the outside, the green car.
Jeremy Mayfield fighting back on the inside there. Jeff Gordon dressed up under him as they come down towards the front straightaway. It's a dogfight as these guys, Jimmy Spencer makes contact there.
They're not going to wait for one to go. 7 laps to go. Here comes Mayfield right up against the bumper of Earnhardt again.
Whoa! Right up under, but here comes Gordon now. Where did he come from?
Gordon fighting on the outside. If he gets up under, look at this dogfight on turn 2 as they go down this long back straightaway.
Wallace on the inside. Labonte way up on the outside. And somebody got shot out of the middle like a hot dog flying out of the bun.
Here comes their teammates on the inside trying to drive by. Jeff Gordon going into turn 2. Give it to Mayfield.
They had got separated there for just a moment now as they come off of turn 4. Mayfield is right back there again, sticking his nose of his Ford right up under Dale Earnhardt's Chevrolet.
6 to go, baby. Remember what you told me a year ago. Don't let him get a run on you.
Gordon on the outside, buddy. Can he get there?
We have a situation here. We have 2 groups that are running very well on the high side of the racetrack. I don't think there is such a thing as a great line around the racetrack right now.
Well, the teams and the manufacturers are split up. It's Chevy, Ford, and nobody has a teammate next to them.
Let's see what Earnhardt's doing right now. Right on the white line around the bottom of the racetrack here. That groove you see from the white up there, that's the racetrack. The rest of the flat part of the racetrack. Right out against the wall, you can see him heading into the dog leg here. He'll go right down to the bottom. He's protecting that low line. Now he'll come back out here.
Ray Evernham tells his driver, Jeff Gordon, 5 laps to go. And 16 cars are in contention to win the Daytona 500. Remember 1979, when going into turn 3, Cale Yarborough and Donnie Allison crashed. Richard Petty was in turn 1 at the time and led Darrell Waltrip and A.J. Foyt to the checkered flag. You don't need to be on the front of this train to win, but it sure helps.
Lady, we feel just like you do up here in the broadcasting booth. Not a one of us are sitting down. I just got out of my chair, as a matter of fact.
Off turn 4, where David Pearson and Richard Petty crashed on the last lap of the 500 in 1976. Pearson limping across with the victory.
Everybody's trying to get themselves in position. They know that they're back there in 5th or 6th place they're not in position to win the Daytona 500. Bobby Labonte is in a bad position there right now, running side by side with another car.
Bernie Irvin has worked his way back into contention right now. He's under Bobby Labonte. That's the group running side by side back there. That's not a good thing with just few laps to go, though.
Going to be 3 laps to go. Down to the inside comes one of those Fords. They're 3 abreast once again. Wow.
Rusty made the pass on Jeff Gordon down the back straightaway. Now the car in front of him is the teammate. If they work together, they could have a chance at Earnhardt near the end here.
And, Buddy, he made that pass without the help of another car right on his bumper. That was pretty impressive.
3 laps to go. Any one of these cars could win it. Earnhardt, Mayfield, Wallace, Schrader, Bobby Labonte in prime position. Jimmy Spencer coming up on the inside.
There's Labonte trying to go on the outside of Rusty Wallace off of turn 2. Make that pass.
Wallace, and also then he split Rusty from his teammate Mayfield. Jeff Gordon's dropping back.
That looks like a problem on Gordon's car. He's completely out of contention here.
Into turn 3, where Leroy Yarborough beat Charlie Glatzeck on the last lap in 1969.
Look at Bobby Labonte coming up on the outside by himself. He got a little help from Jimmy Spencer.
Jimmy Spencer. Spencer bounces off the wall, keeps on trucking. 2 laps to go.
Big time hit by Spencer, but I told you Bobby Labonte was moving just a little while ago. What a muscle move on the outside. Fastest qualifier here for the 500, showing his muscle now.
3 makes in the 500. Chevy, Pontiac, Ford, that's how they run. But Earnhardt has a benefit. There's a slow car up ahead.
And there's trouble coming off of turn 2. Some cars get strangled. It might be this. Whoever gets back to the start-finish line, you'll get the white and the yellow together.
Lake Speed and John Andretti tangle. As the leaders head for turn number 3, Andretti and Spencer got together.
This could be the Daytona 500. Bobby Labonte goes to the outside.
Labonte up high. Earnhardt uses the left car of Rick Bass as a pick. 20 years of trying, 20 years of frustration. Dale Earnhardt will come to the caution flag to win the Daytona 500. Finally, the most anticipated moment in racing. If John Elway can win the Super Bowl, Dale Earnhardt said he could win the Daytona 500. And if he comes around under caution to complete this final lap, the taste of long-awaited victory will be his.
Wow, what a drive by Dale Earnhardt, doing everything he had to do today.
And Bobby Labonte saying, boy, I needed that last lap.
At the top of the show, you saw the steely eyes of Dale Earnhardt. I'll bet they'll be fearful when he pulls into victory lane.
Let me tell you, it'll make the strongest man on earth cry when you win this race. It's special.
Bobby Labonte comes across the line to the caution flag in second. Jeremy Mayfield Ford third. Kenny Schrader with a shot at that $2 million bonus, as did Bobby Labonte. Checkered flag. Dale Earnhardt finally is a champion of the Daytona 500. Larry McReynolds, for the second time in this great race, will go to victory lane, once with the late Davey Allison and today with Earnhardt. The run to the caution flag from turn 3.
He came up on Rick Mass. Rick Mass moved to the inside, and that's all Earnhardt needed, buddy, was just some racetrack up there to run on.
Yeah, you can see Bobby Labonte and Mayfield hitting as they come down towards the tri-oval. Mayfield, not quite.
There's the crew, Larry McReynolds and his team looking at Earnhardt. Big hug from Richard Childress, the car owner.
What
Dick
a
Burton.
chance to win the 8th championship. Momentum.
Richard Childress, you have tried so hard, so long, you have done it. What is it like to finally win the Daytona 500?
Unbelievable. Unbelievable. You know, this team this year, we took all winter, and I can't say enough about Dale Earnhardt, Jim Goodwrench, who stood behind it, and most of all, our race fans. Unbelievable.
And there are people in this victory area that are in tears.
They used to boo Dale Earnhardt when he was winning too much. That'll happen if you dominate any sport. But today, when they introduced the Intimidator, the crowd was full of cheers. I think everyone, if their favorite driver couldn't win the Daytona 500, they wanted to see this man drive to victory lane.
You pull up for the check of the spoiler. One of the NASCAR officials falls underneath the car.
71st career Winston Cup victory for the second-generation driver and 7-time national champion. He said to make a big man cry. They're stuck with Myers of Earnhardt's crew.
Well, they don't get any bigger, but I tell you what, I feel about the same way.
Look out on pit road. Every man on every crew has come out to the edge of pit lane to congratulate the man who has dominated everything there is to win in this sport, except this race, until today.
That's great. There was Todd Parrott, Dale Jarrett's crew chief, other members, other team members of other.
Andy Petrie was there. And this will be the longest receiving line in the history of celebration.
Wow. Yep, I've never seen that, Mike. Not that many. You know, normally we'll see 2 or 3 or 4 teams come out there, but this is something. Yeah, I was going to say the same thing. I had about 10 teams come out when I won this one, but look at this. Everybody knows what it means to the man that's done everything to finally get to the Daytona 500.
There's Derek Cope, or rather Ernie Irvin's crew. There's NASCAR officials out there. There's Robert Presley's crew. Ricky Craven's team.
NASCAR officials. He's shaking everybody's hand, too, if you notice.
59 races since he's been to victory lane. 19 Daytona 500. Twice he led at the white flag and failed to take the checker in first place. But today belongs to the man who grew up at the corner of Coach and Sedan Street in Kannapolis, North Carolina, a mill town north of Charlotte, where he worked underneath that house in a garage on his own race cars and those of his father to become one of NASCAR's 2 greatest champions. He and Richard Petty, the only 2 drivers with 7 Winston Cups on their trophy shelf.
Mikey's a long way from victory circle yet, and the crowd's building.
And Earnhardt, along with Bobby Labonte, Jeremy Mayfield, Rusty Wallace, and again Trent Schrader, will have a shot at that R.J. Reynolds $1 million bonus when they post it next time later this season. Last year at Darlington, South Carolina, some question Earnhardt's ability to go 500 miles when he blanked out on the first lap at Darlington, South Carolina, and had to climb from the car and go to the care center.
Watch this circle. He's going to step out.
There goes the grab.
Yeah. Goodbye.
A smoke show. Well, it's the fellow who drives his Craftsman truck, Ron Hornaday, likes to do when he celebrates a victory. And now, look at that throng. Can he get to victory lane from here?
He's going to have a lot of help from a lot of security people to get there, it looks like.
I want to hear what he has to say.
Don't worry. He's won at this racetrack 30 times. He, better than anyone, knows the way to victory lane. The most anticipated moment in the history of NASCAR racing. Dale Earnhardt rolling into victory lane in the Daytona 500. Awaiting Dale Earnhardt is the man who brought the Daytona 500 to CBS, Ken Squire.
The 20-year quest is over. Gates have just opened for Dale Earnhardt in victory lane at Daytona. Here's his wife, Teresa, coming to speak to him. One for Dale Earnhardt, perhaps one for Neil Bonnet as well. About to ratchet himself out of this beautifully prepared car. He said patience was what it was going to take, and patience is what he gave it. All right, getting on the hat. He's waiting on this. And he's ready to clamber out. Ready to step out of car number 3. The winner of the Daytona 500. Oh, gonna have a drink of soda here. Been a long time before refreshment here. All right, here he comes. Out of his car, and listen to this. Two decades he's waited for this moment, and it's here, and everybody gets a bath. Dale. Yes. What a show. Yes. Here with Larry McReynolds and a big hug. And Richard Childress. Dale, how about that ride?
How about it? Man, can you believe it? For one, got an awesome race car, but for two, thank good Lord for a good day. This race car did everything. The good Lord looked after it all day long. Good wrench. This is for all them race fans and all them people have been saying, Dale, this is your year. Dale, this is your year. And boy, a lot of them said it this year. All the way from Mr. France all the way down to Todd Parrott and all the guys on the team. The Daytona 500 is ours. We've won it. We've won it. We've won it.
And everybody took a shot at you at the end.
I don't care who was taking shots at me. I was driving the mirror more than it was the front. But, you know, I tell you, these great sponsors, these great people that's worked with us and give us everything we need to win with. This is a good race car. Spinny Clinton, hey, David, congratulations on your baby. And Larry McReynolds, Spinny Clinton, Richard Childress, we got one heck of a race team. We're going to win a championship this year.
One for Dale and one for Teresa, one for Neil Bonnet, 2 today.
Well, one for a lot of people. T. Wayne Robinson and, you know, all Neil Bonnet, my dad, everybody that's been in racing has been my friend that taught me so much, that touched my life. There's so many of them, I can't thank them all. My mom, thank you, Mom. I know she's back home. Dale Jr., hope you're not too sore. Kerry and Kelly, I love y'all.
You've touched a lot of people here today, and we'll be back for the trophy presentation in a moment after these messages.
You the man. You a bad man. Good job. You next, buddy. Good job, buddy.
The new dirt-eating Ford Ranger. On the road. See a 4-liter V6, no friction. See it switch on 4-wheel drive. Go where others fear to tread. The new Ford Ranger. Whoa, that was cool. Yeah.
So what are we going to do tomorrow?
The new redesigned Ford Ranger, the only compact pickup built Ford tough.
In our quest for the finest brakes in the world, we tested our pads against other leading brands. With pad after pad, in test after test, the results were always the same. No other brand stopped shorter than Performance Friction Carbon Metallic, the ones we stock at AutoZone.
It's good to know that in an era of superstars, big corporate sponsorships, and network TV deals, there's an organization that also cares about fairness and sportsmanship, that realizes its fans are the sole reason for its success, and knows it should never go so fast that it can't slow down if there's a good enough reason. This is NASCAR, and this is the way we've done things for 50 years.
Now there's a tire that can survive even this. The Goodyear Eagle F1 Run Flat. Even with no air pressure, Goodyear Run Flat technology lets you drive up to 50 miles at 55 miles per hour to safety, so you won't get stuck with a flat. Serious technology, freedom from worry. Eagle F1 Run Flat. Only from Goodyear.
Well, we're back here in Victory Lane. John Graham, president of the Daytona International Speedway, after perhaps the greatest 500 of them all, is about to make the presentation to Dale Earnhardt, symbol of victory in the great American race. John? Ken? Dale, we get you up here for a second.
Dale, congratulations. Here is a replica of the Harley J. Earl Trophy, symbolic of the champion of the Daytona 500, and we'll inscribe your name on the permanent Harley J. Earl Trophy on display along with your winning car in Daytona, USA year-round. Congratulations. A great race for racing.
Somebody may get hurt here.
Great day for racing.
I tell you, it's a great day, and I was wondering if I'd ever get my name on that trophy when y'all built that thing, and it's going to be great to have this in my trophy case, but it's for Richie Silverson and all the guys. Everybody worked so hard for this. There's too many people in my life I had to think I couldn't think of all right now.
Dale, you lose that car for a whole year. It's going to be at Daytona, USA. They'll roll it in tonight.
That's why I took it out in the grass and spun it around a little bit. I knew I wasn't going to race there again. I just thought I'd throw a little grass up.
Very well planned. Those pit stops were just immaculate today.
Well, they were. The guys did a great job, and Dale didn't choke it on the pit road, so everything worked great. And, I can't say enough for this team. I tell you, we've had so many people that really worked so hard for Jim Goodrich Service. They have been, supportive all the way through. Here we are in Victory Lane again. I knew we could do it.
And you did it, man. You did it in style. Let's go to Dick Berggren.
I'm with Bobby Labonte, who put on a terrific run at the end to finish second, his best ever in the Daytona 500.